Today's video, we're going to talk about DataFeedWatch, a software that helps you manage your product feeds with Google, with Facebook, with Microsoft, or any other place. Do you really need it? And the answer to that is no. And here is exactly why. In this list of items that DataFeedWatch claims they do, or they do, but just do most of them really shitty and could be doing on your own for cheaper and the more important part, even better than what DataFeedWatch is gonna do. If you haven't watched my other videos in this channel before where I discuss or talk about marketing softwares, for the most part, most of them are complete, okay? Reason for that is because if there was an easy way for a software to do your marketing for you, everybody would fucking use it. Everybody would so-called get the result, which then means nobody gets the result, because when everybody does something in marketing, the return on it goes to zero or near zero. It's just like Google ads. Everybody can get customers from Google ads. If everybody did it the same way, Google would raise the price into the point where almost everybody would quit, but just enough stick around to the point to where the people that are left make barely anything, and that's just the way that it is. If you're gonna become a millionaire running your business and figuring out marketing that's gonna help you do it, which is the number one thing that you need unless you've got a game-changing technology nobody else can offer and do, you gotta figure out how to do better with your marketing and advertising than anybody else. You are not gonna do that by just buying into some damn software. It's not that easy. And unless it was a software nobody else knew about, which this certainly has been around for a long time, this isn't gonna be the case. The way you do better is you figure out, yes, you can use some software tools to do better, but you gotta figure out still how to do something better than your competition on top of using that damn software. I'll explain why that is in this video. But before I do, I'll say that if you stayed at the end of the video, I will explain where we had a client who was using DataFeedWatch. We stripped it off, did the same stuff that I'm gonna tell you on this video to do for yourself, how much of a difference that made, so you actually know just how much you stand to lose by using DataFeedWatch to try to be lazy and do the stuff in your business unless you're a mega corporation, which in that case, your stuff's gonna sell regardless. If you're Nike shoes, you can use DataFeedWatch. You're gonna make money regardless, doesn't matter. If you're a small business, you gotta cut the crap basically and figure out what really makes money. I'll explain all that and more on today's video. I am Corey Ziman, owner of Guaranteed PPC, an online advertising agency that specializes in guaranteeing results for clients. That is, more profits from their ads up front before management fees, or on new campaigns to get to a certain minimum profitability on the campaigns that we're managing for them. We are the only agency on the planet who offers any kind of guarantee, which should tell you something about the quality information that you're receiving on today's video. With that said, here are the claims that DataFeedWatch makes as to why you should actually buy their software. Okay, I'm gonna go through each one of these individually. So if you're contemplating using this, you're just watching this video as like a last minute, checking into seeing if you should actually use it or not, or even if you are using it, why this is not the panacea that they're making it out to be. Most marketing software, they're selling that software to complete morons who know nothing about marketing. And it sounds great to somebody who's just either starting out in marketing or they're really cheap because it's like, ooh, I can do all my marketing for $49 a month. Just use this software. You gotta use your logical mind. Anything worth anything in this world is not gonna be cheap or easy to do. If you could be a millionaire by spending $49 a month for marketing software, everybody would be rich, nobody would be working some job at McDonald's. It's gonna take a hell of a lot more than that. And then along with that, software that you use to make your marketing better is gonna be a one-size-fit-all approach that doesn't work for every business niche. Because of that, you try to take this mold that's supposedly supposed to work for all business types and ram it down the throat of your business. It ain't gonna work ideally. You gotta be able to understand marketing enough to know what part of it you should use versus not, which most people that are buying these softwares don't understand that. This is just like a one-size-fit-all approach. I'll buy this and I don't have to think. You're definitely not gonna make money then. But even if you could, it's still not great because the software is not built to make the customization to your business. It's not made for that, and therefore you're just gonna leave results on the table using it with like a one broad stroke type of solution to your business that works. Nothing that works for all businesses will work the best for your business, basically, bottom line. So with that said, going into this list of stuff that DataFeedWatch says it does. AI optimization of titles is the first thing that they claim they do. You know, that's a cool feature that'll take the title of your product on your product page, make it optimized for Google Shopping so it gets a higher click-through rate. On the surface, that sounds okay and is okay. unless you don't understand that you can update the titles on your product feed yourself. Even if you use a product feed, you can go in and create a secondary product feed, update the title to make the title better, and not have to use DataFeedWatch's software to do this. Now, the AI thing comes in because it saves you time. Oh, I don't have to do anything. It just does it for me automatically. The same things that are going to make your title on your shopping feed and on your shopping ads work well is going to be the same thing that gets the product titles on your product pages to work well. So to say that you have this product title on your website and we need to make it better to make the click-through rate on the ad better just gets away from the core issue, which is your product title on your website. It's like saying I have a pain in my foot from a rock in my shoe and I'm just going to put a Band-Aid on my foot and that's going to fix the pain. Get rid of the damn rock. Make the product titles on your site good so that you get a good conversion rate on the traffic you have coming to your site directly from all traffic sources, and then that product title will automatically update on your product feed, and you'll get the results there too. That isn't even a reason to use the software. That's number one. Number two, channel management. So this is the one thing that I think that the software does do good. It helps you manage the feeds on all your different platforms. But even that, product feed plugins that you can put onto your Shopify site or whatever you're using will help you send the data to these other platforms as well. So you don't need it for that. I was trying to look for something positive to say today on this video, but if anything, that's the only thing, because with most of the product feeds, it's not set up to send the data to every platform. So anyway, with that said, if you're sticking with the basics of sending it to Google, Microsoft, Facebook, you don't need it. You can just use a plugin. Custom labels. This is another one where they're trying to use something that you normally get for free that Google provides you as a feature, which most of these marketing softwares, that's what the garbage is. Let's take something you can do for free and say, oh, wow, it's a feature. And really, you could have did that for free just going into the damn platform interface, such as Wordstream being a PPC software that helps you do things that they're saying you can just do on your own. And they're just taking somebody that is completely clueless about marketing and just reselling them their own features that you normally get for free in a nice, pretty, framework, basically. Labels are good in and itself. You can put a label on a product that's like a high seller, low seller, or whatever, to kind of segment out the products on your product feed easier so that when you go ahead and you want to do Google Merchant Center promotions, for instance, if you're talking about Google, you can easily do that on certain items versus not on other items, or on your campaign itself, segment out things so that items that have a certain label will run versus items that don't have a certain label won't run. But you don't need no DataFeedWatch to do custom labels. This is really stupid. You can apply a custom label inside Google Merchant Center or in your Bing Merchant Center account or through Facebook. A/B testing, okay, that's the next one that DataFeedWatch says it does, okay? This is just another one of those things that, oh, here's a feature, aren't we amazing? And the reality is you can do this for free inside the software, you just have to know where to click to get it. This is no different through, your Google Merchant Center account, since most people are talking about using this for Google, not Facebook, not Microsoft. You can actually create a secondary product feed. Your secondary product feed will override the product feed that you have set up on your Shopify site or on your e-commerce site to scrape all the products on your site, send them to your Google Merchant Center account. By having a secondary product feed, you can override the image, the title, whatever you want to show on your shopping ad ultimately, so that you can have the product feed plugin that scrapes data off your site, sends it to Google Merchant Center. If anything you want that's on your site now not to be in your shopping, that is, for this item I want this image versus the image that's on the products on the site now for that item, you can overwrite it and have any other image. This is free to do, it's easy to do. You don't need DataFeedWatch to do this. Which, by the way, if you want to know how to make shopping campaigns better, a gimmick like DataFeedWatch isn't going to help you do it. What you want to do is watch the information that I have on this channel about shopping campaign optimization, and just knowing that you can test stuff doesn't help you get results. You got to know what works, what doesn't work, without wasting tons of time and money on your campaigns. I talk about on different videos on this channel alone the tests that we've run, so you understand what type of images work the best on shopping ads, titles, how to modify titles to get more impressions using keyword stuffing, competitor keywords, all that stuff If you want to know what those are from somebody who actively spends 40 hours a week doing this kind of testing at our firm on dozens of accounts and want it straight from the source, this is what I provide specifically on this channel. And you should subscribe if you are serious about making more money on your campaigns, because the software ain't going to be the fix-all for you to do it. If it was, your competitors would have done it already, and they would have already took the opportunity, and therefore no opportunity exists. So you should subscribe if you're serious about making money with your ads. Furthermore, I have a blog on my site at guaranteeppc.com/blog where I provide you the literal step-by-step instructions to be able to make more sales from your ad spend using the way that we use to guarantee results for our clients, with screenshots, with everything you need to use those strategies, they're for you. So if you like the channel, you're going to like the blog as well. You should check that out as well. Getting back to the what I was mentioning here, DataFeedWatch, one of their other selling points is that you can include or exclude products, that's really stupid, because all you have to do to include or disclude products on your shopping campaigns that you're running in Google or Microsoft is just to exclude items in the product menu. This is like very basic. I don't know why you need a separate software to be able to do this. This is dumb. Actually, the software companies are smart because they understand how to take advantage of naive people. All they got to do is just make things a little bit more intuitive than what Google provides it, and people will eat that right up. And that's what they thrive on at their company. As is marketing agencies. They know barely enough more than what the average customer they're serving knows, and they get by with that because of that. And if you actually know anything about running ads, you'll do better than 95% of agencies, because they just are hiring 1 or 2 year people to work on your ads that are just learning on your dime. I mean, frankly, why? Because the people that are really knowledgeable, that have 20 years of experience, they're making $500,000 a year. I know it's hard to believe, but it is. It's like a lawyer. People don't want to believe this or listen to this. And to bill their time out at an agency, they ain't charging no $500 a month for no PPC agency fee. They're charging $5-10 a month, and people don't want to pay that because they'd rather have an in-house person at that point in time, which in itself is stupid, because in-house person ain't going to still be getting paid no $8,000 a month. They're going to be getting paid $40,000 a month. For someone that has 20 years of experience and really knows how to get predictable results, which you may say, well, I don't need that. That's overkill. Literally, at the end of the day, do you want to pay somebody to learn how to run your ads with trial and error? That's really, really stupid. And unless they have that experience, that's essentially what you're getting. So you want to piss it away on ad spend? Go right on ahead. Finally, go through this last one. What I just mentioned, you may not like to hear it, or it may be disputed or whatever by a lot of people. Frankly, these other agencies don't guarantee anything to you. They want your money up front. They want a slice of your ad spend, and they don't want to provide you no guarantees or assurances of anything whatsoever. You can't legitimately guarantee a certain profit on your ad account, but what you can do is guarantee that at least if you didn't make any money, I won't make any money, but they will never, ever, ever agree to that. The reason for that is because they can't get results very often, which should be clear evidence of that. If you don't believe me, go to any agency you want and ask them if they'll guarantee get paid, not get paid if they don't get you a minimum level of results. They're not going to say yes to that, which should tell you what you're dealing with. No matter how cheap it is, no results is no results. It could be $1 a month, and if they don't get you a certain minimum level of results, it's worthless. So there's no benefit. And I'm not just saying this because I have an agency. There's no benefit in getting a discount PPC agency. It either pays for itself or it doesn't. And yes, you may not like to hear that it costs a lot, but people that know what they're doing, they can start a business doing what you're doing and make mid-6 figures a year. They don't need to get paid a small salary for being an ad genius. Ad geniuses get paid what they're worth. The people that are pretenders, yes, they tell you what you want to hear to get your little bit of ad money because they can't even run a business because they don't know what the hell they're doing about anything. And you just get taken for a ride. And that's how 90% of the ad management space works. People don't like to hear it. Then they'll hire an agency after another agency, and they'll hire another cheap one and another cheap one and another cheap one and another cheap one. And then they finally give up, or they finally realize that you can't hire a cheap agency and actually get results in the competitive market where there's a lot of money to be made. The person that wins has the best ads, and you're not going to get the best ad through a cheap person that's just literally don't have a freaking clue what they're doing. It's all a competition. People think for some reason that, like, if you're running ads on Google, running shopping ads, that the person, everybody makes money. If you show up, you make money. No, 10-20% make 80% of the money, and either you've understand it better than the competition, which there's 8 spots on the shopping, but really there's about 15 guys cycling in and out of those 8 spots. You either figure out how to do it better than them or you make nothing. And so if you want to make the big money, you've got to figure out how to do it better than them. And you're not going to get it through no $500 a month expert. I've been doing this a long time. I see what other agencies are doing when I go in and audit accounts. It's completely criminal how little these people know that most agencies are employing to do your ads for you. My perfect client is somebody who's hired, by the way, 4 or 5 guys already, because at least they know it's not going to get done that cheaply and easily anymore. If they haven't, I make it look easy. They switch to a cheaper firm. Then it gets all unraveled, I know, because sometimes they forget to remove us. And they wasted all that time. It's so aggravating sometimes. But anyway, it's a little bit of my world here. Now, automated feed corrections. So one thing that DataFeedWatch has pioneered in terms of how they got their initial customers was they'll tell you, how to improve your feed so you have less errors about, whether you sell apparel and the color is missing or your GTINs are missing or whatever. That's just another thing though, that because Google can be set up to send you an alert when something's disapproved. / you can go into your own damn Google Merchant Center account and damn well see for free what's disapproved and what to do to fix it. So this is just another thing that's stupid. All they're doing is just sucking data out of Google Merchant Center, putting it into the software and saying that that's a feature, which is just make a carbon copy of what's in your account and just put it into the software and call it, valuable, which they're just preying on like the most novice of the novice people out there who want results. And most people that get into doing marketing don't realize how hard it is. If it were easy, everybody would be rich. The sooner you realize that, get serious about becoming a serious student of marketing and studying and reading and doing everything you can as if your life freaking depended on making an ad campaign work for your business, the sooner you'll get to the results. Unless you're doing something where nobody else can do it, then you can get by with mediocre or even crap ads. Then you can get by with that. Well, then you had to spend a lot of time to come up with a unique offer that everybody wants and that's easy to sell. So anyway, with that said, that is the things that primarily that DataFeedWatch says they can do and the actual value of it, okay? We had a client who was using DataFeedWatch to manage all of their campaigns, but because they don't have the skills to run their shopping campaign and understanding how to do things, how to correct things with their Google Merchant Center account in terms of errors, had us come in later. We'd stopped using DataFeedWatch. They had items that they didn't have GTIN numbers on that we were able to fix, buying the numbers as we told the client, like, hey, if you don't have them, you buy them. And if you don't even have real ones, you buy them anyway. You make up fake ones which is a small side tip, Google's put so much weight on items on shopping that have GTINs that you can't get the full results out of what you're doing anymore until you used them. This is a sporting goods store. Okay, so we did that. We also fixed some of the other small issues with the feed, color, size, stuff like that. That by itself, by the way, isn't a big issue. It's not going to affect your results that much. Similar to that, we were able to run coordinated Google Merchant Center promotions by targeting certain items in certain branded categories, doing custom labels, doing that, and then running specific discounts, promotions for each brand, and therefore the promotion can be tied to that branded item or to the brand itself. That helped the results. Similar to that, we were able to take items that just simply weren't converting very well, exclude them from the shopping campaign, which normally you don't want to do that unless you got items if you're getting a 400% ROAS on the rest of your items in your store and you got items that have had 5,000 clicks and you're at a 0.25, then you can start to make some judgment calls. Do I even want to try to make this work anymore? Because if you've had a 500 clicks, it's just could certainly had not enough time for the algorithm to optimize and figure out where the customers are on Google for those items. Anyway, these are all just, though, as I talked about, unless you have experience running ads, you don't understand how to exclude things, when to exclude them, when not to exclude them. You need that depth of knowledge. You can't just be using a software to just automatically, I'm going to exclude this, I'm going to randomly do this. And the software isn't going to help you become experienced. It's damn expensive trying to do trial and error on your ads to be able to make money, to the point where you're going to be wasting hundreds of thousands of dollars on a standard shopping campaign to get a business working when you don't have any experience at all running even shopping ads. As easy as they are, to get to a certain ROI, that you need to be sustainable with your ads. Okay, I've seen people waste hundreds of thousands of dollars on hiring cheap people or using DataFeedWatch like this. This is not the first time that this has happened, by the way. So that they can absolutely do anything they can to avoid hiring an actual expert to help them optimize the campaign to the fullest level. Now, with that said, I'm not trying to sniff my own farts here and say, oh, the only way that you can get results with Google Ads is if you hire me or you study my stuff. Ultimately, it's about saving time, okay? You can, ultimately test out the market, throw some ad money at what you're doing, make sure that there's something there with what you're selling. You can get results. Once you are hitting a roadblock with it, instead of I want to get this software, or do this or this, to try to get to the next level to avoid hiring somebody, the answer, generally speaking, is just find the best guy. And the best guy ain't going to be charging no $500 a month. No offense to anybody that's starting here, which I had to start somewhere too. Well, what you do is you start with guys that are startups and you help them, not huge companies, to be fair. But your best bet is to find the best possible guy that you can afford. And when most of you guys can afford a better person to help you, but you don't want to spend it, frankly. You just hate parting with your money to pay for consulting. I get it. They're just going to tell you what you want to hear, to get their sale, and then they're just going to waste your money as well. And you're going to waste time more than anything. Do you really want to be doing this for the next 25 years, learning slowly, super slowly what to do? Or just have the guy who knows how to do it because he's ran 300 campaigns, just knows the things that work and doesn't work. Save yourself so much time and then also money going ahead and doing that versus having this one software that's going to recommend the one thing so you don't have to work with a human, which again, the golden rule is if it were easy, everybody would do it and there would be no opportunity because in marketing and advertising, everybody can't win. There's going to be the 80-20 rule that it applies. 20% are going to be making 80% of the profit. And those 20% didn't try to take every shortcut possible. Yes, you should be doing stuff that harder than you need to, but if you don't think that the other leading competitions using DataFeedWatch have made their millions, then you shouldn't. Okay, just put it into perspective. So with that said, I'll wrap it up with that. Also, by the way, what you guys can afford to do as well, I don't care what size you're at, is hire myself for 30 minutes to come in and tell you what to do and then go out and do it as well. In addition to the content I have on this channel, I've been doing coaching, and that would help you out immensely to even know if what you're doing, you're wasting your time on it, because a lot of you guys don't have your website set up well enough, you don't have your tracking set up well enough, and you're trying to beat your head against a brick wall to get your shopping campaigns to work, and your base isn't even set up right. So I can tell you all that in 30 minutes, and you can just stop wasting money, go do what you need to do, and then come back and your shopping ads will work. If you're interested in that, you can also reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com. Of course, we can also, if you want to work with us actively, we can run your campaigns to get you a guaranteed result. We can tell you the result you're going to get with it up front on guarantee, as well as we sell ad templates. If we've already worked in your niche market, we can sell you the working ad template that works for your industry already. That is, we worked in over 100 niche markets in the last 10 plus years. If we've gotten the results you're looking for in your market already, we can sell you the winning ad, landing page, campaign template, all of it that works for your market. You copy paste that into your account and you get the same results we have in a different geographic area or country than you're in. Don't have to do any of this learning because you're working with the winning version of it right from the get-go. There's no situation if we had a template available for you like that you would save money figuring out all this stuff for yourself. Because we spent years to get to those results for the client that we work with in your industry already in a different geographic market. We've got people that use these templates to start whole other businesses on the side because they're so effective. They're so tuned in. That is, if you want a great business idea, take one of our templates to sell leads in a market and you have a turnkey business. That is, generate plumbing leads, answer the phone, say you're sending your guy out to do the work, and then subcontract that call out to somebody else. We've got people that use our e-commerce templates to start e-commerce businesses from scratch because they had the winning ad campaign template that we spent years and years building up. They didn't even need to know how to run ads. They just started with the template that works and then had a turnkey business. Anyway, if you're interested in any of those other opportunities, reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com. I'll wrap it up with that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Remember when I said product feed S was important during this video? Well, this video here tells you how to do it.